Welcome again to my channel, the Blograna Blood. So, the semi-finals of Euro 2025 are done, and finally, for the first time ever in their history, Spain have finally beaten Germany in a major tournament game. And that win did not come easy. It took a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of grit, a lot of determination, and some amount of sneakiness from the best player herself to finally get that win over Germany. So, this is the review of the second semi final of Euros 2025. Germany nil, Spain 1. So, let's start with the lineups. Germany coming into this match had so many players out for suspension due to injuries and stuff. So, Christian Wook came with a 5-4-1 lineup, which had Berger in goal, and which had Wormser, Kleinher, Minga, Knack, and Kurt. So they did not have Gwyn, obviously because of MCL, and Sarah Linder, who was their third choice right back and who played left back in the France game, was also injured, and Hendrik, the defender, was sent off in the France game. So they already lacked three defenders. And to top that, they also did not have Shoka Nuskin because of yellow card accumulation. So they were missing four players. So this was the back line. And the midfield consists of, not exactly midfield because Brandon Viola was going to go forward, but in the four of the 5-4-1, it was Brand, Schnees, Dabritz, Buell, and the striker was Hoffman. So there was all that was pretty straightforward because you did not have new skin and Dabritz had to come in. So that was pretty straightforward. And Buell and Brand always they are mainstays in the German team. And so the main question was, so I think the main headache, if you even want to call a headache, is that whether to start Schuler or Hoffman. Even that I don't think Schuler was like fully fit to play 90 or 120 minutes. I mean, she only came for like what 5-6 minutes at the end. So I don't know how fit she was, but so Hoffman started. Hoffman is more of a very physical striker, like whole target player type striker. Like she could hold on to the ball and then assist her teammates with that. Schuler is more like much smaller, more agile, faster. She can get behind the defense and then when the long ball is played, topple the defense, go behind the defense, and then try to score goals. So two different type of defenders, and yeah. So this was Germany's lineup. So 5-4-1, and for Spain it was a 4-3-3, and again not much to choose from. Like I discussed in the last video, just one. Laya Alexandri was not in this match because of yellow card accumulation. Instead of it was Maria Mendes, others is the same. Catacol, Mona Battier, Paredes, Mendes, and Carmona, and then you had APA in midfield, and then you had Mariona, Esther, and Pina as the forward. So it was just a matter of whether it's going to be Pina or Salma at the left wing. Otherwise, it was pretty much set. So Tome didn't have much to choose from. Like it was pretty much set. So this was Spain's lineup. Nothing to think about. So this was the lineup for both teams. And the game plan for Germany was to be defensively solid. And Hoffman worked against France. She was very physical. She bullied the French defenders. So Wook thought maybe he could use the same against Spain's defense because Spain's defense is sus. And but we've already seen what happens when a very physical striker goes against Spain's defenders, or to an extent Barca's defenders, or one half of Barca's defender here in Paredes, and that was Mayra Ramirez for Chelsea, and she got absolutely bullied by a much smaller Mappy Leon. So, and Paredes is much more physical. So that I knew that wasn't going to work, but it was a matter of whether Hoffman can actually finish, and she couldn't. So maybe Schuller was a better option, but I don't know how fit she was. So, but for the time she played, 5 to 6 minutes, she was good, and she even tested Catacol from distance. So that I don't know whether he blundered it or whether he just didn't have Schuler to play for 90 or 120 minutes, or even like 50, 60 minutes for that matter. So so that's what Germany's game plan was very clear from the beginning. Be physical, be aggressive against Spain. They did not give Spain time at all on the ball. Like Alexia was struggling massively in this game. She was marked out of the game. She was practically invisible. Like as much as it hurts to say, she was practically invisible in this game. I couldn't see her at all, and Germany did a very good job with that. I knew they would do that because they're a really physical side, and Spain does suffer against physical sides, but Germany have that edge over Spain. Like they're called the kryptonite of Spain for a reason, but they really stifle Spain's attack. But the thing that stood out to me was Spain's tempo at the beginning. Like when Spain actually took the kick off, so when they started, they were quick. Like they took the ball and Pina had the ball in like what 10, 15 seconds. She was like going for the German goal. Like she was in the attack. So that was good. That is what is exactly needed because that was one of the reasons why I caveated uh, why Barcelona lost the Champions League final to Arsenal. Spain is basically, Barcelona. So that's why I make the caveat because they were very slow in the Champions League final. So they started incredibly slow, and Arsenal came out of the blocks and they made it very difficult for Spain. But in this game, Spain were ready for it. The tempo was quite high. So that's why even though they struggled against Germany, they were still able to get those passes. They're still able to. That tempo was so high that they were able to match Germany's intensity. So that was good. So they had done their homework, thank God. So that's how it started. But although Bull like had a very easy chance like at the beginning of the like in first 5 minutes. So I thought it was going in. Honestly, I thought Germany are going to score. It's going to be 1-0, and then it's going to be an uphill battle for Spain. I think they were going to chase the game from there. But thank God did not score because that would have been an incredibly difficult task. It was already difficult for Spain to break down Germany at 0-0. At 1-0, it would have been even more difficult. But thank God Bull did not score. So that is how it started, and so that was how it started. And then, as I said, Alexia was marked out of the game. Patry and Bonmati, like they pulled they put massive shoes for this. Like especially Patry, like she was there, here, there, everywhere. She was physical. She helped the team whenever they were out of position. She helped the team, and in possession, she was there everywhere. She gave her best. Like I don't think she could give any more to the team. She was amazing. Patry was amazing, and Bonmati was amazing. This is a proper Bonmati. Like she was also there everywhere. Like again, she was running the strings. She was pulling the strings. She was giving the passes. She was getting into opposition box. She was there everywhere. So this is a proper Bonmati game. But Patry also deserves massive credit. I know she doesn't get enough credit. I don't know. When people talk about Spain's midfield, is it Bonmati? Yes. It's like Patry doesn't exist. Even only now are they even getting to know that there's actually a player known as Patry. Like I don't understand what's wrong with people. Like Patry is incredibly important to this team as much as Bonmati and Putais, but they don't talk about her. So thank God those two because Alexia had a very bad game. She did not have a good game. So did Pina. So did Mariona. Like Pina tried her best, but yeah, like she was not good. So was Mariona. Like Mariona also tried, but they crowded her. Like whenever Mariona got into Germany's box, they like triple teamed her. Same for Pina. Same for any attacker, for that matter. Like they triple team, they double team, they did anything and everything possible to stop Spain from scoring and even like getting into the box. Like most of the attack of Spain was from the wings. So either from the right or from the left. And like the Germans, they were supposed to be tired, but they were faster. Most of the players were faster. Like Mariano's running, like the defender just comes and a massive shout out to Ket because she's a very young player. She's a very young player, only 20 years old, and she does not have much caps either. She put an absolute shift, even though yeah she was outplayed at times, but she put a massive shift on the left wing, and but that was great. And Mariano actually absolutely struggled. Esther had some chances, and she got a brilliant chance. Like her touch was beautiful, but like she hit it straight at Berger. And then again after that, Pina had another chance again at Berger. Like the thing is, And everybody, like, see, everybody credits Berger, and rightly so. She is an amazing goalkeeper, especially against France. But the thing is, if you look at overall Germany's tournament, she is not that great. I know it's a hot take, but it's not like I'm hating on her, I'm shitting on her. I'm just telling what I see. So the thing is, she's not that great because the thing most people talk about when people talk about Ann Burger, they just go to that France game. That's it. Like they don't talk about anything else. But there's also the game against Sweden where they conceded 4 goals. They had a red card there too. I'm not saying it's all her fault, but to say that she's an amazing goalkeeper for that one game, that's why she's like the goalkeeper of the tournament, like one of the greatest goalkeepers of all time, one of the best goalkeepers of all time. Like it's too much, Like let's be real, okay? She is great. Don't get me wrong. And even in this game, she made saves, which are great, but most of them are hit straightly at her. Like many of Esther's chances, Aitana's chances, Pina's chances, they were like savable. Like they have to be saved. If you're a decent goalkeeper, you save them. Any goalkeeper worth their salt saves it. That's a good save. But everybody says, "Oh, what a save! That's a great world class save." It's not a world class save. That's a normal save. That's a proper save. That's it. But they just overhype things. That is a thing which I find very annoying in women's football. Is that every little thing that women do, it's like overhyped. Like I think it's actually quite disrespectful for the women because you infantilize stuff. Like this is what you say to a child. A child might do something very very trivial, very small. Like let's say a 2 or 3 year old kid kicking the ball. Oh, nice kick, beautiful. That's what they do for women's football also. She makes a good save and say, oh, what a save! That's a world class, unbelievable. No, it's not. But that's what they do. They keep overhyping stuff because they want to promote women's football, which is a good thing. You have to promote women's football, but not like overhyping stuff which is absolutely normal. She made so many normal saves, which she had to make to keep her team alive. Don't get me wrong, but those are not world class saves. Katakal did not have to make that many saves. Some of them were quite normal, but she made a world class save towards the end, which I will come back to. But you know what? I can discuss it right now. She made a world class save because that again I think was Bull or Brown, I'm not sure. She hits it. It takes a wicked deflection of Olga Carmona's back, and I thought it was going over the bar. I didn't think like I didn't, but when it was coming, when it was looping in, that's weird, man. Just the way it comes in, and Katako, like she had to like track back. It's incredibly difficult because it's coming in a very weird angle because of the deflection, and like she had to like see whether it's going in or not, and then she makes the decision. You know what, I'm gonna save it. I don't care. She saves it and she falls back on the net because of the momentum. And she's only saved it like she's only just put it out of the goal, but it's going like she's put it off the goal. Okay, good, she saved it. But thing is, Bamson is there ready like a vulture, ready to pounce on it, and she's gonna get at that time like it was like slow motion. I was like, that's it. Okay, because this happened literally at the last second. Like it was 90 minutes of plus 4 minutes. This happened like 3:50, like 3 minutes 50 seconds. It was literally the last kick of the game. And I thought, okay, Germany are gonna get it now. I think she's gonna score it. It's gonna be a goal. But somehow Katakol comes out and it's not a goal. And that was like crazy stuff. Like wow, that was amazing. That's a world class save. You make saves like that, you call it a world class save. Fair enough. That's amazing. And yes, Berger had made so many world class saves in the France game. Some normal, some world class. So you call it what it is. Not just say everything is world class, everything is amazing. Like she's the best goalkeeper in the world. She has her moments. Berger has her moments. Many like you would have seen the England Germany friendly in the Wembley last year. She made a very bad mistake. Because of that, they concede a goal. I think it comes of Lucy Bronze's header or something. That's a very bad. It's a blunder. She blunders it and it goes. She could cost her team a goal. So she has her moments. So the thing that is what I find annoying. You override players just for the sake of it. That doesn't make any sense. And it doesn't help that the NWSL people come in and say like they own her. Like she is German. She's not US. Okay, just because she plays for your franchise doesn't mean she's yours. But they come in and say, oh, she's the one of the best, or she's the best goalkeeper in the world. best goalkeeper in Europe. She plays for our league and she's the best in Europe. Like they want ownership. They're not taking part in this. And there's also the weird thing that some of the US women's national team in Reddit, they have a separate thread discussing how would US fare in the Euros, and then they will just dominate the whole tournament like they are the best in the world. Like, it's clear that they're so jealous that they don't have a tournament like that in the North America. That CONCACAF cannot have like that because Mexico and Canada can never challenge US. It's like US is the sole hegemon there. They do not have a tournament like the Euros where there are multiple competitive teams, and like they have to sit and watch these teams play very good football against other very good teams, and then dream like, oh, if I go there, I will beat the world, defeat them. The only thing they have is the Olympics, so they have to do coping with that, but that's their problem. Anyway, I digress. So what I was saying was, Ann Berger made good saves. Like most of it was aimed at her. She made great saves. She made those saves. Fair enough. That's all there was. Even Catacol did not have much to make, but when she had to make, she was on point, and that double save was a world class save. That's all I had to say. Rant over. And after that, the stuff was that, yeah, as I said, Spain's tempo was really good in the first half, in the first like 15-20 minutes, and then Germany had some momentum. Like it became cagey after that. Like both sides were going for it. Like Spain didn't have much success going in Germany's box. Germany also, they were reduced to just counter attack football at that point. First up, they literally played underdog football. We are going to sit in our box tight. We're not going to let Spain do anything. And then when we get a chance, we go for a long ball. We try to counter. That's all they did. So Spain were trying to unlock, like they would do any low block team. And after like 30 minutes, like this 30 to 45-minute gap, especially after 35 minutes, Spain again got momentum. And after 40 to that 40 minutes, Germany were reeling. They were not able to cope. Spain, just the wheels were turning so fast that like they were, because Spain were just they were just counter pressing. They were getting turnovers like over and over and over again. Like Germany was struggling. It's like if you watch UFC, if you watch boxing, like towards the end of the round, there are so many rounds. Like in UFC, you have 5 rounds, and in boxing, I think 12 rounds. And like towards the last 10 seconds, when one fighter is like, when the one fighter is like has all the momentum, he's punching, he's kicking, he's almost about to get the other person knocked out, but then the timer runs off and the person is saved. So it's like that because Germany were reeling. They didn't know what to do. They couldn't get the ball out of the box. They tried long ball again, went to Spain's defense, the midfield. Again, they came, and whenever Germany had the ball, they were turnover. They were creating turnovers. Like they were reeling. They had chance after chance after chance, but Spain did not score. So Germany was let off, and then the halftime whistle came, and they saved. So the last 5 minutes, it was very intense. Spain should have got a goal, but they did not get so, and Germany survived that. But I thought Spain will just continue the same way, because you end the round with such momentum, you just going to continue. But Germany, after that half, the second half, they started with another level of intensity. They just upped the intensity to another level, and Spain was struggling now. Spain, they were struggling so hard. And thing which I found very interesting was Spain's counter press is really good. That's why it's difficult for teams to play against Spain, because Spain play a high line, so most of their players are in the opposition's box, and then they press with such intensity, and they press with like packs of wolves, like they press collectively, not just one or two people. So it's very difficult to even if you want to play long ball, you have to time the run. Always the person will be offside, or by the time you make a cross, one of the Spanish players would have gotten ball from you. Or if you're trying to pass it, they will again counter press. So it's incredibly difficult to play against. But I don't know, in this game, especially in the second half and in extra time, Spain's counter press was not that effective. Germany it was like it was progressing around like 50, 60, 70 minutes, it was progressing. First, they had some success, and like as the time went on, when Spain were trying to counter press, Germany just played through them. It's like Germany were prime Spain, and Spain were like some other team, or maybe they were like Germany. Like the roles were kind of matched when Spain was trying to counter press. But whenever Spain got the ball, Germany's counter press was unbelievable. Like Spain actually found it incredibly difficult to even pass, and even if they got the passes right, when it went to the opposition box, they were just made to attack from the flanks. They could not get central. Whenever they tried to get central, they just got dispossessed outside the box, or even if they somehow got into the box, they like this a wall of German players coming in and blocking everything. And even if they get a shot or something, like Aitana tried a curler, but it went straight to Berger's hands. Like it was incredibly difficult. They tried so many from the flanks. Ona also put an amazing shift. Like she was unsung in this game, but she was amazing on the right. She made the attack click. She was there on the offense. She was there on the defense. She like put in an amazing. She was going back and forth. Like she did not cheat. Like she just did not go forward. She went back. She helped the team. She helped Paredes and Mendes whenever necessary to track back whenever Germany counter-attacking, or she was going forward whenever Spain needed to attack. So Ona put amazing. Olga was quite decent. Like I thought Olga might struggle against Brand, but she was decent. She was able to hold her own. But yeah, Olga was decent. She wasn't that bad. And Spain tried so much of long balls. Like they were trying to mix and match. They just didn't do the ground passing movements. They also tried long balls, crosses from the flanks, and that also caught Germany off because sometimes Germany also played a high line, like especially when they counter, and when Spain stop the counter attack and start counter attack of their own, they play long balls, and that caught Germany's defense, but they survived because Spain were able to finish properly. So that was interesting. That like Spain also were going for verticality and just like, play normal long ball football. So that was interesting. And what else? So yeah, yeah, and as I said, Germany were without Schoeneusken, and like this game definitely needed Schoeneusken because she is also a very physical player, and it was like quite to give you a perspective. Like she plays for Chelsea, and in the first leg she did not play, and Chelsea lacked the defensive bite. And in the second leg she played. Yeah, they lost four with both legs, obviously, but you could see the performance is better. Like she was able to, the midfield was definitely better with Shokin. And in this game, which was incredibly cagey, I think she would have helped a lot. So Germany missed her, and so did Barca. Sorry, so did Spain, because Spain also missed Laia Alexandri. Because as much as I don't like Alexandri at times when she makes rash, reckless mistakes, her like her absence was visible because Maria Mendes is a solid centre back. She's a ball playing centre back, but not to the extent of Mappy and Alexandri. Mappy obviously does not play. So Alexandri is more of a Mappy type player where she can actually, get into opposition's box, dribble the ball to opposition box, and then uh, distribute it to who when necessary. But Irene Paredes does not do that. She is the like your no nonsense defender, like where like she is there to properly defend. She can also play forward passes, but not to the extent of Mappy or Alexandri. So that was visible because Mendes and Paredes, they were just at the halfway line and they just gave it to Patri or Alexia or Aitana, and then the midfielders had to get in deep into Germany's box and then try to attack. By the time Germany were just gegen pressing very with so much intensity, so it is difficult for Spain's midfield to counter that. But if they had Alexandri, she would have gone and she would have attracted, German players, and then she would have played the ball, so which would relieve some of the pressure in Spain's midfield, and then they would find it much easier to progress the ball to the attackers. So that was very much visible for both teams. They both missed their suspended players. So thank God Spain will have Alexandri for the final. Although she is error prone, so that is something I've live with. But hopefully she won't make mistakes. So that was that, and but yeah, and the thing is, it was not working out. Pina and Mariona were clearly not working out. Even Esther, like she had some chances, but she was not effective. Like it's not her fault. Like, Germany's defense was incredibly good. So the whole front three, like they were not effective, like how they would have wanted to. Not like they had shit games, but not to the level that you would expect them to be. Those three to be. So I like that Tome was actually bold. It's not like she she didn't know what to do. Like she did not have a plan B. So she took out Pina, and then yeah, yeah, she took out first. She took out Esther and brought on Salma. At that time, I found it to be stupid because Salma has never worked as a center forward for Spain. Yeah, she scored some goals in the World Cup, but she's not a centre forward, and her touches, her touches are that annoys me, man. Like her touches are incredibly bad. Her first touches are incredible. She plays for Spain, but some of her touches are so heavy. Like if only she had those proper one touches, like it would have helped so much. So she came on, but she was. I think Salma's role has changed. Like earlier, she used to come on as super sub, like from the World Cup and after the World Cup until that Nations League stage. She used to be that super sub, that vertical player which used to run a defense and somehow get a goal. Her role has changed to an extent wherein she is not effective in goal scoring nowadays, but she is effective in tiring down defenders. Like she just runs at the defenders. She's a sprinter, obviously. She just runs at the defenders. Like she can get behind. So they basically do to Germany what Germany is trying to do to Spain. Like she just runs behind the defense. So whenever Spain get the ball, long ball to Salma and see what she can do. So Germany's defenders were already tired. So she was tiring those defenders even more. She got one play, like one player was trying to uh, Salma got the ball and she was about to like go. She was going towards AKB. Another player was trying to stop it. She got herself injured. So that's what she does. Or even the Switzerland game, she got to play a card in. So that's what she does. She runs defenses ragged. So in that aspect, it was fine. It was a proper impact, zone, but not with respect to getting a goal or something like that. And then she took out Pina and brought on Athenia, and that was also fair because Pina did not have a good. So I'm glad that she actually had the balls to actually drop the first team players and then see like change and see what happens. So and the thing is, Sarah Doubles was incredibly bad. Like the thing is, I thought she was actually a top player, but she did not play enough minutes for Lyon also in this season or the season before. Like she always used to be a bench player. I don't know if she was really bad from the beginning or she's only 30, so it's not like she's too old or anything. I don't know if she's really bad, but I also heard that she was in the 2013 Euros winning squad of Germany. So was she really good? So like, did she like decline or did she have an injury problem which led to a decline? I don't know. She has not been a starter for Lyon, and now she is signed for Real Madrid. I don't know what did Real Madrid see in signing her because she has been bad for both club and country. And this game was pretty clear, like the night and day, the difference. So she was really bad, and she was taken off at 64 minutes. So maybe like I think Germany is like we know she's not good enough, but we had to like split the load. You can't have her play 120 minutes, or you can't have the other. Linda Dorman came on for Sarah bit, so you can't have Linda also play like 120. So I think it was just a matter of splitting the load on the players. I think that's what it is. And Hoffman was taken out, and Cersei came on. Yeah, Hoffman did not work out. Like she got like she troubled defense up. Like she troubled Spain's defense from time to time, but nothing too serious. And her shots were like very bad. Like she thought like she could like score from like, 40 yards and catch Kata. Like, no, it won't work. It's not like Kata is that bad. So yeah, that did not work. Maybe Schuler might have worked. We don't know. So the match ended nil-nil at full time. So both sides had like tried stuff, but it don't like it was quite cagey. And after that, Sydney Loman came on, and Tome brought on Martin Prieto for Mariana Caldente. So yeah, again, Caldente did not have a great game. So Martin Prieto was just again just mixing up stuff. Like the whole front three was changed. So again, this is more a direct front three than Mariana and Pina and Esther. So that was interesting. So again, like it was just a gamble. Like both sides they wanted because the both sides were quite equal from time to time. But it is mainly because Germany attacked, but it's not like Germany like attacked with full intensity. Because if you see the Germany until this Euros, where did not have much of injuries, Book actually likes to play attacking football, like positive football. But it's due to these injuries, like he's playing more defensive, rigid football, like, wherein we only try to play like underdog football, where we try our attacks will only be counter attacks, but nothing else. But in the Germany game, sorry, in the England game at Wembley, they were going like on. They were even worse than Spain because they put everybody. I think only the goalkeeper was there in their Germans half. Like all the 10 players were in England's half. Like insane highlight. So yeah, like that is how Wook plays. That's peak Wook ball. Peak Wook ball is like unbelievable, like attacking football. So that's how he wants to play. That's how he loves to play. But they couldn't do it this time because of the injuries and the suspensions. So the thing is, Germany played a highly defensive football with sparks of counterattacks, and Spain tried to crack them. So that's why this game was more cagey. It's not because Spain were lackluster stuff. Spain were good, and Germany were also good in defense. But I think if you like, many people were like, this is a very drab game, it's a boring game, nil till 130 minutes. Because yes, because Germany were wounded, they did not have the players, so they were just trying to survive. And Spain had the firepower, they were trying to score. If Germany also had those players, Germany would have gone for it. They would have attacked Spain, and they would have also left themselves open at the back. And Spain would have got a chance to attack. So it would have been a proper attacking teams going at each other. It would have been a very high scoring game. But that was not the case because of Germany's injuries and suspensions. So that I wanted to say. And but one more thing is that as the time progressed, like after 103, like after the first half of extra time, in the second half, it was actually Germany who had the momentum. They were faster, they were quicker, they were first to every most of the balls. Like they were getting into a rhythm. And Spain again, as I said, Spain's counter press, its effectiveness was decreasing as the time went on, and at 110 minutes or something, Germany were clicking. They're beginning to click. It was really frustrating and scary to watch because I saw Spain where they're trying to counter press, they're trying to get the ball, they were just passing it uh, amongst themselves, and they were able to progress it so easily. And then they gave it to Bull or Brand, and then they were trying to score goals. It was becoming incredibly difficult for Spain. Spain were losing control at the time, and that's why Patry and Salma had to get yellow cards like in successive minutes because they were not able to stop Germany from progressing because they were trying to. I don't know what happened. I don't know how Germany did it because Spain were doing everything with their counter press, but Germany just passed it around like Spain would do, a peak Spain team would do, which is what they're facing. So it is it was really wild to watch that. And Spain were losing control. And Patrick got a yellow card, and then Brand went another dribbling. Brand went another run like, through the middle of the field, and then Salma had to foul her, like tactically foul her, and she got carded for like they were struggling, like Spain was struggling. And then what happened was the most important thing. I think if this thing did not happen, I think Germany might have scored a goal or it would have gone to penalties. Germany would begin to click. I don't know how they do it because they were supposed to be the tired team, the fatigue team, mental, physical fatigue, but they were playing like they had more energy than Spain. I don't know. It's wild to think of that, but that was the reality. And at that moment, there was a ball from the left, and yeah, actually, Salma also missed. She's a quite tall player, but she was sliding towards the ball, but it did not go in. Like the ball came from the left, and she was almost there, but she could not touch it. Like if she had touched it, it would have gone in. It's a simple tap in, but like she was not able to get the contact on the ball. So there were so many chances which like every single minute, oh god, Spain are going to lose. I don't think, like I said in even my preview, in my preview, I thought Spain was going to lose because Germany, they have it, man. Like against most teams or against any other team, Spain will be able to score or get things done. But against Germany, there's something. There's a reason why they've never beaten Germany for a reason. So it was frustrating until that time. And then Spain got the ball at the right, like at Germany's left hand side, inside Germany's box. It was between Bache and it went to Athenia. And then Athenia passed it to Bonmati. like I was just like watching, like I was kind of zoned out. I was just listening to the commentary. Like my focus is more on the commentary than what is going on, because I like Spain was getting into Germany's box and then trying something, does not work out. Either Germany like hit it out, or Spain back pass, side pass, and again try. It's kind of like boring and frustrating to watch. And then what happened was interesting. So Batia got the ball, she passed it to Athenia, and then Athenia passed it to Bonmati. So I was just like kind of zoned out on watching, but like focusing more on the commentary. And then what Bonmati actually did, a dummy, and that brought my, that broke that trance, and I was like focusing. And at that time, I saw like she was running, and I saw like Ann-Katrin Berg was, telling the defenders to, look out, there's a cross coming in, be careful. And then Bournemouth just hit it. She just hit it towards the goal. And it was a goal. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, oh, that's an unbelievable goal. It's an unbelievable goal. Like, wow, man, wow. I did not expect the goal to come like that. That was unbelievable. Because, yeah, see, Anne Katzenberger was open, but it's the slightest of, it was like the slightest of margins. Like, it's a very small area to, to aim at. Very easy for Berger to save it, but Aitana had one look at her, and then she just took it. She took a chance and it went in. Like, that was an insane angle. Like, I was just zoning out, and then that little dummy brought me back, and then that goal is like, oh my god, wow, wow. And Nak was like running alongside Bonmati, and when she saw that, yeah, she's like, fuck it, I'm done. She was already tired, like, Nak was knackered. Forgive me for my pun. So, like, she was knackered, like, that just deflated the whole German team. That goal, because the way it went in, it was unbelievable. I think even AKB was like, oh my fuck, and because you not only do you score a goal like that late at 130 minutes, you beat the goalkeeper at the near post. Like, that's like a dagger to your chest, That deflated the German attack. And after that, Spain, like, they had their mojo, they were able to control the game, and then Germany became even more desperate, and then they brought on Schuler, and she tried her luck from distance, but Kata was equal to that. So yeah, after that, like, Spain just had to ride it out. Like, they were experienced enough to do that. They were in Italy. Italy almost had it, and then they lost it, but Spain were experienced enough to do that, and they saw the game and ended. Finally, Spain beat Germany in this year of underdogs. So Spain finally beat Germany 0-1 or 1-0, like however you want to say it. So that was amazing, and the players were all celebrating, and German players obviously they were so sad, and Brand and Buell were incredibly sad. Like, most of them were trying to console them, but it wasn't enough. They were so sad, and yeah, that is how it ended. So Bonmati to rescue. So Aitana Bonmati, Bonmati with some Bonmagic to finally, this. The thing is, Bonmati, she had viral meningitis, and when I read the news before the Euros, like, oh, great, obviously, this is what happens. Because last Euros, just before the tournament started, Alexia got her ACL injury. Like, Alexia did her ACL. And this time, just before the Euros, of course Aitana gets a viral meningitis. Of course it happened. This tournament is cursed in Spain. That is what I was thinking. But then Aitana just started the first game itself. She played. She came on after 60 minutes or something. And many people are, oh God, viral meningitis is a very serious disease. That's it. She is going to miss the tournament. Like, if Spain reaches the final, she may play like 10 minutes at max. It's like, oh God, they're gonna miss her so much. And from that to, starting the game against Italy, starting the game against Switzerland, and like they were progressively building a minutes. And many people like, like why are you playing Bonmati? Are you stupid? Like, she has viral meningitis. And many people even went on, like, they didn't say it out loud, but they were implying that the Spanish FA was forcing Bonmati to play, like she's some kind of a victim, or some kind of a puppet. Like, you can just control her. Like, what the fuck? She's Bonmati. She has enough clout to say no if she doesn't want to play. That's bullshit. Some people, they think they know everything, and they talk of their ass, man. Like, bullshit what they thought. Like, we do not have info as to how Bonmati's recovery went. First of all, they're athletes, they're peak athletes. Their body is totally different to us. Like, they can recover faster, and then they have world class facilities to facilitate that recovery. Nutrients, doctors, the likes. So you do not know her recovery, what she's going through, and then people just talk out of their ass. They say that's it, she can't play, and then people say like they're forcing her to play through disease, that it's ethically bad. Like, you don't even know what the fuck's going on behind the screen, behind the scenes, and you're like, oh yeah. They're forcing Bonmati. Oh, this is so bad. Spanish FA. Oh, screw the Spanish FA. Like, yes, I get it. Spanish FA is not great. They're the worst people. I get that, but this is insane conspiracy stuff. From that, she hasn't scored a goal in this tournament, and the only goal she scored, and the first goal she scored, is the most important goal. And this comes when Alexia has a bad game. So that's why she is a two-time Ballon d'Or winner. That's why she's one of the best players in the world. She is Alexia's equivalent. She is no more in her shadow. Both of them are equally important, and both of them are equally talented, equally clutch players to say. So that was a great goal, and thank God for that. Because honestly, because England beat Italy, Germany, had they gone through this, they would have lost to England in the final. Like, that final would have been a very drab affair. I don't even think it would have gone to extra time. England would have had one of the easiest finals they would ever play. They'll easily win 2-0, and they would be happy they would have won. So Spain will make an interesting game. Whether Spain win or not, we'll see. I'll put a separate preview for that later. But it is at least a 50-50 game. England will have to work for it, Spain will have to work for it. Because in Germany, the team they already are knackered after the France game. And after this game, which again went to another 120 minutes, they would have been incredibly tired and weak, and they would have found it very difficult to play against England. And yeah, it would have been a very drab game. It would have been a very easy game for England. So in that aspect, I'm happy that Spain went through, because it's going to be a proper game, proper attacking game. Both sides will go for it. It's going to be a proper game. So in that aspect, I'm happy that Spain went through. Spain got their first win over Germany, and it's Spain's first ever Euros final. That's a wild stuff. So they have chance to make history. So it's again the rematch of the World Cup in 2023, and quite of a grudge match for Spain, because they lost their quarterfinals in the last Euro. So they might say this is revenge. Yeah, they didn't get the revenge in the World Cup final, but they have another chance, to actually get the revenge for that Euro. So, and England have a chance to get the revenge for the World Cup defeat. So it's a revenge match for both, a grudge match for both. It's going to be a great game, and so yeah. So that's the review of this game between Spain and Germany. It is a great game, and thank God for Bonmati. Aitana Bonmati. Aitana Bonmati. Aitana Bonmati. Aitana Bonmati. Aitana Bonmati. Thank God for her, and they scored a goal, and Spain won. So yeah, it's going to be another final between Spain and England, and I'll put a separate preview for that game. Yeah, so 27th July. So mark your calendars. The final is going to be great. So let's see what happens. So until then, thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, and if you have any comments, share that. So yeah, I'll see you later.